You must have heard of America's gun problem, also its drug problem. But have you heard of America's rat problem? Now, there was a time when people visited New York to see the Statue of Liberty, to visit the Times Square, but now tourists are flocking to the Big Apple to see rats. You heard that right. The hordes of rats that infest the streets of New York City are now a tourist attraction, and tour guides are making the most of it. They are tailoring excursions to notoriously infested sites in New York. Take the Empire State Building, Central Park, Columbus Park, Rockefeller Center. Almost every star attraction in New York is swarmed with rats. As commuters walk around in the subway, they have rats running across their feet. For New Yorkers, this is the norm. But for visitors, it is absolutely bizarre. And now tourists are seeking authentic rat experience. You heard that right. And so they end up taking late night tours just to go see rats. Meet Luke Miller. He is the owner of Real New York Tours, and he takes tourists to Columbus Park near Chinatown. Visitors cheer on rats as they squeak and squeal. This is Kenny Bulwark. He is a rodent guide on TikTok, and once he live streamed rats around in Queens for an hour or two. More than 10,000 viewers tuned in just to watch the rats. And soon Bulwark was swarmed with requests to film rats across the city. He did what his audience asked for. Bulwark began going out filming rats 3 to 5 times a week. And soon he started getting messages from tourists who wanted to join in. And now, Bulwark maps out late-night rat routes in Flushing and Sunnyside in Queens. It seems like rats have become a mascot for New York. Their population grew exponentially during the pandemic, all thanks to ample shelter and food from dining sheds. In fact, in the year 2021, there were some 25,000 reports of rat activity in New York. And in 2022, there were over 60,000. And the number shot up by a whopping 102%. So far this year, there have been over 39,000 rat activities that have been reported. And the situation got so out of hand last year that the mayor decided to appoint a citywide director of rodent mitigation. A 6-figure salary was offered. Adams' administration posted this job listing. Let me just read it out for you. Do you have what it takes to do the impossible? A virulent vehemence for vermin? A background in urban planning, project management, or government? And most importantly, the drive, determination, and killer instinct needed to fight the real enemy, New York City's relentless rat population. And if so, your dream job awaits. And not just that, it went on to say the ideal candidate is highly motivated and somewhat bloodthirsty. In April, Kathleen Corradi became New York's first ever rat czar. You see, New York had to appoint a dedicated member to solely tackle the menace of rats. The mayor also announced a $3.5 million investment to fight rats. Can you imagine this? These are the things that happen in the Wild West. Rats are a major quality of life and health challenge in New York, by the way. Rodents can spread over 30 different diseases to human beings. This includes typhus, Lyme disease, and yet New York was able to commercialize its rat problem. The rat tourism industry is booming. Rat talk is a separate genre on American TikTok with thousands of viewers. Tourists go on excursions to go and see rats. Some have even gone so far to touch the rodents. Do you think this would have happened had it been happening in an Asian country or anywhere else except the West for that matter? I highly doubt so. Only the West can earn dollars for something so bizarre. Had it been an Asian nation, it would have been shamed perhaps, preached over health and hygiene issues. But since it's the West, it gets a pass. But let's not forget what has happened in the past. Do you know about the Black Death, the global epidemic of bubonic plague that spread in mid-14th century? It was spread by fears that traveled to human beings from dead rats. By 1351, it had wiped out 25 million Europeans. So should rat tourism even be a thing? Is America obsessed with romanticizing the bizarre? And if you happen to visit New York, please keep your excursions limited to actual tourist attractions. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.